Hi guys, Michael here. In today's video, we are going to talk about the Nexus One. Nexus One in 2017, is it still usable? Um, or should I say, can we make it usable? So basically, this phone itself is the only Google phone that has an SD card built in. And there's one very big problem with this phone is that the internal data partition size are pretty small. So we are looking at current standards. Their system size is only 170 megabyte on stock flash. So, and most of the time it wouldn't be enough. And just as a gauge, if you for the current standard, if you put in Google Play and Google Play services, this device will be left with roughly around 30 meg of space. So there's nothing much you can do on that, right? But of course, there are people who are saying that you can actually put in custom ROM and stuff, and on change partition size, and I find it too troublesome to do that. And another thing is that for this device itself, most of the custom ROMs are not really that bug free, so meaning there are still issues and stuff. So the best firmware for this phone itself, if you want to use it, would be the Android Gingerbread 2.3.6, the latest Android Gingerbread. So now in this video, we're going to show you how are you going to make this phone usable in 2017 on that stock Android Gingerbread itself. And the results are actually quite good though. I've actually used it for a few days and frankly it looks promising. I mean, it's not like the fastest phone you're going to get, but if you want this phone or you want to use this phone itself in this particular year in 2017, it still can be used and it's still quite robust and fully functional. Okay, so let's get onto it. Okay, before we start, we would need to partition the micro SD card to the partition size that you wanted. So you should actually partition one of the partition size to ext 2, 3, or 4. But for Nexus One itself, the recommended partition would be ext 3 because 4 it might not be supported yet. So what we need to do now is to actually use the gparted by Ubuntu. So what I did is actually create a boot up USB USB drive for Ubuntu, and so you can actually boot up and try Ubuntu before installing. So when you boot that up, you can open up a gparted partition editor. When you open it up, as you can see, now they're actually booting up. You can actually use other kind of like partition tools and stuff, but I would prefer this because normally this will be a bit more accurate. So you just choose the device that you have. I'm actually having a 4 gigabyte SD card. You can actually use a bigger one. You can use 8 gig or even 16 gig or even up to 32 gig of SD card, and depends on how many or how much space you want for your for your internal storage for your Nexus One. So from here, this is previously allocated partition sizes. So I would want to actually do a 2 gigabyte each to show you guys what is the potential of actually having more internal storage for the phone. So what we need to do now is to actually create a two different partition of 2 gigabyte of space, right? So let's get going. So first of all, what you need to do is to unmount the drive first. So what you need to do is just unmount this, unmount this as well. I mean, it's up to you how you want to do it. For my case, I think I'll just remove all the partition and redo both of them. Or you can do a resize and stuff. So what you can do is basically just delete off the partition and delete off the partition, right? So now you're left with plain 3.69 partition. So I will do a new partition of maybe 2046 primary partition. Let's do it as a FAT32. So this is the size, so you just do an add. Then you'll create the next partition as new as well, primary partition, this one as ext3, right? So So you just do an add as well. So you, as you can see, there's 2 partition now, right? So once you're done with that, you just do an apply, and it will create both partition. Once you're done with that, we will proceed with the remaining process. This process is critical because it depends on what kind of storage space that you need for your Nexus One. Nexus One supports up to 32 gig of SD card. So, and we can actually get 32 gig SD card and allocate 16 of them for this, so that your phone will have more storage space. So now it's completed. Then we'll just close this off, and we will move on to the next part of the video. So as you can see, now we have 2 gig each. So let's just close it off and do a shutdown for this. Okay, so once we have the SD card copied, so what we can do now is to put in the SD card. We just open this up and just put on side, and we take the SD card, we slot into the SD card slot, right? So we just look it over here. We just need to slot that in here. Okay, and then we just slot it in. We just put back the battery, and the cover, and the back. Okay, what we need to do is to press the volume down button and press the power button. It should brings you to H boot. So this is the H boot itself. If you look at it, they will start to, after a while, they will actually read your SD card and see whether there's an image. So if there's an image, they will start loading. And be sure this one needs to be a stop H boot, right? It's not like the custom H boot and stuff. So if you are stop H boot, you can do that to get it back to factory setting. So let's just wait for the factory setting up to be done. As you see, the bar is running. Okay, once the loading of the firmware files is done, they will basically ask whether you want to start an update and stuff. So what you need to do now is just to click up button for yes. So you just put on volume up. Okay, so once you are done with the the flashing and stuff, so the next question is asked whether you want to reboot the device. So you just click yes, and your device will get rebooted to the stop factory settings. Okay, so once we are in the after flashing, we'll be back to the standard setup screen. So what you need to do is just to skip this. We can skip the Wi-Fi portion for now. So next, next. Then you'll be back to the standard screen. That is the screen for your setup stuff. So if you take a look at the settings, of course if you look at it, this will be the 2.3.6 GRK39F build number. So you just go back, and if you go at storage, so if you look at it, this is the available space. Okay, so next thing to do is to download the Play Store if your Play Store isn't automatically pushed to your device. So there might be a lot of certificate issues that's going to come out, but we'll just ignore that for the moment. So this is the file you need to download. So okay, so next thing to do is to download the Play Store if your Play Store isn't automatically pushed to your device. So there might be a lot of certificate issues that's going to come out, but we'll just ignore that for the moment. So this is the file you need to download. So so you can see there's a download APK here. So you just click on download APK, and it should be downloaded to your download folder. So like what I said, it's easier to download directly into the phone with the browser on the phone itself. Because of the lack of apps that's available in Gingerbread. So even if you put it into SD card, you might have problems of transferring the files in and out. You might need to install file manager and stuff. So the easiest way is to go to that browser, APK Mirror, and download the Play Store directly into your phone. So that will save up a lot of steps, and it will be more direct. So once you have downloaded the Play Store, just install it, and as you can see, it's starting download. Just install it, and we'll proceed to the next step after that. Okay, first thing first, please make sure that the date and time of your phone is set correctly. For my case, it's after the refresh and stuff, the date is not correct. So that will affect your browsing, your downloads as well, the Google APK downloads, Google Play Store APK downloads, as well as other stuff. So please make sure the first thing you do is to set the date correctly, date and time. And once you have the Play Store download complete, you can install that. If you look at it now, it's still in market basis. Maybe you set the date correctly, they will auto push the thing, but I don't know how long is it, so I won't be waiting for it. So what you need to do is just to click on this and just go to settings and unknown sources. Okay, so you just go back to download again and restart the installation again. So when you start the installation, they will say whether okay to replace, and you just do an install of your Google Play Store. So once that is done, you have your Google Play Store ready, and they will start to actually download the new Google Play services. They will also ask you for updates on the current existing app, so please don't do that update yet. Just let the Google Play services get downloaded. Other than that, other stuff shouldn't be updated, right? So you are done, you can open it. So this is the first time you see the Play Store, and please make sure we don't update any of the app first. You can accept it. Okay, now you have it here, the new Play Store, and you have my apps and games and stuff. So don't update any of these apps that is inside this list for now. So you just close it off and just leave it. So by the end of it, this will continue running in the background. So if you look at the storage space now, its available space is running at 145 megabyte. It should continue on, and when the Google Play services get updated, it should continue on, and you're only left with, if you go to applications, if you manage applications, Play Store is already downloaded, it already used up like 2.91 meg, so you have 151 free for now. So, and all and stuff like that, right? So what happened is, Google Play services will continue on to download and stuff. Once that is done, you should be left with very little space. From then on, we'll proceed to do the next step. Okay guys, the next step after you have updated the Play Store, what you want to do would be root your phone first, so that you can install the things that's needed. So what you can do now is to do a super one click. I'll leave a link down below where you can download this. So you just double click on this, just click on yes, then they will ask you whether you want to donate and stuff. So it's completely up to you. You can donate now or donate later. So what you have here is actually a root tool. So before starting this, please make sure you don't on your USB debugging first. You just do a root, click on the root button. So when you click on the root button, they will start the ADB server and stuff, and they will prompt you that they are waiting. Starting ADB server, daemon are running. Once this one is done, you can go to your phone now and go to your application development and enable USB debugging. Once you have done that, you should see stuff running now. So your Nexus One, HTC and stuff. So they will start rooting your device. So what you can do now is just to wait until it's done. So once your setting is done up, you just need to wait for it to finish, and yeah. Okay, so now it's done. You can actually do a test, and you just click on the yes, then they will send a command to your phone, then you just click OK. So we have been rooted. We like to donate now, and it's up to you whether you want to do it. So now we are done with the root. So let's proceed on to the next step. Okay, before we start any flashing process and stuff, we'll need to make sure that the custom recovery is installed and make sure that your SD card is already inserted in the phone itself. So you can go to ROM Manager. When you are here, you can just go to Recovery Setup, install Update Recovery. So you just do a clock mode board recovery and just choose your phone model, Google Nexus One. The recovery is Google Nexus One. And flash clockwork mod CWM recovery. So you just do a flash, so they'll be downloading. So after that, they will be flashing. So they say it successfully flashed. So you say okay. So that is how the ROM. So basically after this, you just do an install ROM from SD card, and you just do a update.zip, and just do a wipe cache and stuff. Just do a reboot and install. Okay. So as you can see now, you are rebooted into CWM recovery, and it's actually trying to install the ROM. Let's just wait it out. Okay, so the app that we're going to be using would be linked to SD. So this app is available for like quite a long time, ever since I was younger. So you can actually install it. There are two versions. This is the free version where you can actually move all your data, your text file and stuff over to your internal storage. But there will be another paid version, I think, which costs you slightly more. If you take a look at it, there should be a paid version, which costs you like $6.95 RM for myself. So for USD, roughly around $1 plus, maybe. So it's that one gives you the option to move data into SD as well, which is, I think, very good, which I'll be showing you later. But that should be a very good option for you if you want to use this, and it's not expensive. So let's move on. Okay, now we can open up link to SD. So when you first get started, it'll take a while. If you get rooted, they will be granted the the permission to do things. So basically, just now, they actually support ext4, but what we did have is ext3 partition. So it's up to you whether you want to do it, but I normally use ext3. So you just choose a ext3, then you just press on OK. So they will actually mount your partition SD card, so you need to restart the device. If you reboot and you don't get this message, means the second partition cannot be mounted if you get this message again. So you just reboot the device again and they will get rebooted, and that your second partition should be mounted after reboot. Okay, so once you get rebooted, so what you can do now is to go to the link to SD app again. Then it will get started again, and you're granted super user permission again. And the second card should have been mounted now. So if you look at it, your storage info, you can actually look at storage info. As you can see, the second part is remounted and it's 92% free with 1.55 gig. So normally what we do is to go and look for the, okay, first thing first, you need to look for Google Play Services. That's the biggest one normally. Play Store, Play Store, you can do it if you want. So if you look at it, this is how you do the linkage, right? So this is all the files. So you can link to SD card. So you can link application file, there'll be cache file, library, no library file. So link external data, internal data. This is the one we are talking about. If you actually buy the plus version, you can actually link this and you'll save a lot of space. And meaning you'll be able to use your SD card as your main internal storage, which in terms can give you a lot of additional space as well. So you just the first time when they have it, they will have force close. Once everything get linked up and restart it, then this thing will be okay. So as you can see now, this 2 has been moved. So what you need to do now is to do a settings. First of all is the relink lib files at boot, and auto link newly installed app into application with the auto link settings. Normally you check all the 3. If you have the internal data stuff, you can do the 4 as well. But like what I said, it's up to you. Install location. So automatic, you can just put it automatic for this one. So app to SD notification, and this notification with a newly installed app can be moved to SD card and stuff. So this one you can leave it alone as well. So you can see now, when that is done, now they are updating all this stuff. This is even before the Google Play services get installed, if you look at it. So I will just click on link to SD. Now they're updating all the stuff. So if you can see all this stuff like that they updated, like for example Google Books. So now everything is still on the phone itself. So you can actually link to SD card and link. Okay. Then done. You can actually do that for all the. You can go follow by date, right? So book, Gmail. You can link all of them, right? Okay. And okay. I mean, you just follow the same process and you just keep on linking them to SD card for all the for newly installed app, they will do the linkages, but for the previous one before the settings, it's not. So of course, end of the day, you can actually do it all. Link to SD. So once you're done with that, I'll go through with you once we are done with all the linkages and stuff. So as you can see for this one, the Google Play services is updated and the link to SD actually is linking the Google Play services, so it's actually installing into the SD card. Okay, so once you have done all the downloads, Google Play services, and moved to a link to SD card and stuff, you should do a reboot, because to free up whatever cache or whatever residue that they have, because sometimes when they do the link, the old files which resides in the system partition, data partition is still there. So they need to reboot it so that they can clear it. So once everything is done, and advisably if you want to use, please use a class 10 SD card and with more space, so that will be faster. So if we took a look at this link to SD app now, most of the apps should be linked, including Google Play services. So you just let it load. The first load is normally a bit slow, right? And it's the phone just gets started. So everything is here. Everything is linked to SD card. So on that mode itself, you look at storage info. Your internal should have roughly around 70 meg free now, and you use up like 300 meg in your second part of your SD card, which is running at around 1.5, 1.6 gig. Basically now everything is there. So there's one final steps, and normally I will ask people to do. I mean, not like to say it's a must, but it's up to you. Okay, one final steps that we need to do is to clean up some unwanted stuff. So since you have root, you can actually download any kind of like system app remover. I actually use this. Normally I use this. So you just need to boot it up and you see all the stuff that you have. So normally I'll remove like those, you just allowed it. So I'll normally take this. If you want to remove the base Facebook, you can, so that you can actually reinstall the new one, because the system has the Facebook thing that they have. You can actually remove it. For me, I don't need it. So the goggles, you can remove it. Google Voice, depends whether you want to. Normal, this one is small, so I don't really care. Quick Office, you can remove. Twitter, you can remove, because those you don't need a system app itself. So other than that, it's like gallery, all should be still be there. Gmail is up to you. If you want, you can remove it and install Inbox. But Inbox is not supported for this version of OS, so you can keep the Gmail if you want. So it doesn't matter. Play books, play music, all those, you can leave it as it is, because it's a system app stuff. So maps and all, you can actually leave it. Street View, all this they'll ask you to keep, because all that's a Google apps, right? So YouTube, you're going to use it, so we just leave it. So basically we just take off all those Amazon, Facebook, Twitter, and all those stuff. Goggles, I don't think we use it as of today, so you can just do an uninstall. Yes, so we just uninstall all the apps from there to free up some extra space as well. right? As you can see now, they are actually removing, and the beauty of link to SD is that when you remove apps from a system, they'll automatically remove it from the SD card as well, so you don't need to worry about all that stuff in terms of like what is happening to your things and all. So you can remove everything there to save you some space, right? And after you're done this system app removal, you can remove it as well. I don't actually keep it after I'm done removing all the stuff that I don't want. Once you are done removing all your apps that you want to remove from the system itself, you can actually remove this straight uninstall from the system itself, system app remover, because we are not going to use it again. So once this is done, if you look at it now, we should roughly have 65 megabyte free of space after all this stuff I installed, and SD card itself that's linked to SD, and there's some stuff as well. So if you can see, the app will still work. I mean, like you see, Google Play Store does still work even after the link to SD stuff. All the other app will still work. It's just that if you're using a class 10 SD card, thing should be faster compared to what I'm doing now. And the best part is about link to SD is that okay, one point to note: before you actually start using link to SD or anything, the advice is once you have root, you should go and use this app remover to remove all those stuff that you don't want, like the Facebook, Twitter, and all those stuff. Once that is done, only then you start the link to SD process. It would be better that way, I think. And for me, if you are really interested in using this phone and have a bigger capacity and stuff, you should just buy the Plus app and move data as well. You can, if you are able to move the data from the internal data storage in the phone to the SD card, I think then you can actually use almost all apps that's available on the Play Store, even WhatsApp and all those stuff, right? So my recommendation is to get it the Plus version, which is the paid version, which I personally think that it's much better. If you want to use this phone in 2017 and you want it to be error-free and bug-free, I'm not say bug-free, but like it's functioning, fully functional stuff and all, and still has space to run around, install the apps and stuff. So the Gingerbread version is the best that you can use. Stock is still the best that you can use. And once you have link to SD installed, you can actually virtually install any apps in. The only thing is use a class 10 SD card and you're good to go. So for me, it's still very usable now. I mean, I can install the whatever social media app stuff and I have. Of course, you can't install like those that are not supported, like Android 4 and above kind of apps and stuff. But those standard apps, everything is still working. Google stuff is still working. Gmail is working. Your calls, your Facebook you can put light version and stuff. Messenger is working. And basically all this stuff should be working. Even WhatsApp and all those chats should be working as long as you get the link to SD Plus version where you can move the data as well to the SD card. In 2017, almost all social media apps should still work here, and all the chat messenger apps will still work here, and this phone, yes, it's a bit slow, but it's totally usable. I mean, it's not like super slow, it's still usable. Things are still loading. Even if you look at it, Gmail and stuff is still moving fine. I mean, like it's not like super nice and stuff, but everything is still moving. So for me, that's the best that you can do for this phone in 2017, and it's pretty much still very usable. If you have this phone and you want to try it out and you want to use it, please go ahead. And like what I said, one final recommendation: if you want to have a full-fledged experience in 2017 using this phone, then the link to SD, you should actually use the Plus version. It will cost you like less than $2, and I think it's a pretty worthwhile investment if you want to have this phone fully functional in this 2017 year. So that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for any future updates. That's all for now. Bye.